When it comes to action cameras, GoPro as a brand stands out right across the world because it's got exceptional video quality, plus the photos are really good as well. Plus, its ruggedness, it's bomb-proof. And there's so many different versions out there. When it comes to checking out which one's the best one from you, it's a bit of a daunting task, isn't it? And in today's video, what we're going to be doing is comparing the latest model, GoPro Hero 12, against what some feel to be the best one made, the GoPro Hero 7, to work out whether or not it's worthwhile upgrading, or should you just rely on the GoPro 7 and go and buy one of them because they're more affordable. Hey everyone, how you all doing? Hope you're all tickety-boo. Now, the GoPro Hero 12, this little beauty here, is the latest one, but is it worth the upgrade? And if, like me, you haven't bothered since the GoPro 7 come out, because that's an awesome little workhorse, I've decided to find out what all the hype's about and to do some tests to help you make up your mind. And in a minute, what I'm going to do is share some footage with you in all the different modes, out and about on the Super 73 to give it a good old test. And also, we're going to stick it in the water to see if you can notice a difference. So let's get started and have a look at the physical differences between the two. As you can see, the 7 is a little bit smaller and lighter, which can be a bonus if you want to get it in smaller places. Both have the touchscreens at the rear, but the 12 is slightly larger, and although the 7 has a front screen, as you can see here, and doesn't project the video like the 12 does, so if you're a bit of a vlogger and do things like that, or you want to set up your scene so you can see what you're doing without having to look around the back, then that one might be a winner for you. But it isn't a touch screen on the front. And the other difference you're going to notice is that you need to put a cage on the 7 to add the mounting clips like this. But with the 12, you've got these little mounting points here that fold out nicely, and they don't get in the way when you fold them back in neither, so you can still stand it flat on the ground without one of the mounting plates. But it does worry me, because what I think is that you could actually end up snapping them and then having to replace them and things like that, rather than just adding another cage. And the only other real physical difference on here is the fact that the 12 for the first time has gone a bit funky with these blue specks on there. I'm not sure if I like them now, because I keep wiping it thinking it's dirty. And I'm not going to bore you to tears with the specs, because there's plenty of videos out there showing those, and I'll put some links down below so you can go and find them out yourself. So let's have a look at the other differences here then. So if photos are your thing, then the 12 is definitely going to be a winner, because that's got 27 megapixels against the GoPro 7, which has actually only got 12 megapixels. As for the video resolution on the GoPro 7, it's actually got 4K at 60 frames per second, 2.7K at 120 frames per second, and at 1080 it comes up at 240 frames per second. So it's got you pretty much covered across all the avenues there, and if you want to go slow motion and slow the video down and things like that. But the 12 actually steps up the game, as you'd expect. It's come on a fair old way. Here you get 5.3K at 60 frames per second, 4K up to 120 frames per second, and a 2.7, it does 240 frames per second. And to be honest, unless you really need that extra resolution or the extra frame rate, then that's not going to be a game changer on either of these two. Plus, it's easy to work out, isn't it? If you're going to use those higher resolutions and those higher frame rates, then the 12 is going to eat up your memory cards, and it's probably going to be harder to edit on your laptop unless you've got a really nice new up-to-date one. As for the color modes as well, to be honest, with the type of filming you're going to do with action cameras, then there's probably not going to be that much color grading going on, is there? But if you are into that type of thing, you want that professional image or being able to match the colors with different cameras and things like that, then that is where the 12 comes out on its own a little bit, because it's got its own log profile, which is going to help you. But as you'll see in a minute with the footage, the normal color mode is really nice on both of them. It's bright, it's colorful, and it really does what it needs to do for this type of camera anyway. The 7 also has Hyper Smooth on there, which works really good at stabilizing your footage. And the 12 is going to have an advanced version on there. It's called Hyper Smooth 6, which is bloody impressive at the end of the day. Plus, there is another setting on here called Hyper Smooth Boost, but that is going to crop your image a little bit, so I'm going to avoid using that one myself. And as I said, I'm going to share a couple of clips in a minute with you, showing them both in action. And if live streaming's your thing, then they both support that function as well. One does it at 1080, that's a 12, and the other one does it at 720. But again, that's not the sort of thing that I use them for. As you probably know, they're both waterproof, and it's up to 33 feet on both of them, so there's no difference there whatsoever. And last but not least, really, is the battery size. And as you can see here, the one on the 12 is a bit bigger than the one on the 7, which means as you would expect, that it's going to last longer. It will last up to 2 hours, they quote on the site, and I haven't really used it for that long. But the other one will last a good hour and a half, and to be honest, yeah, that's bloody going to be long enough in most instances, isn't it? And you can always carry a spare one around anyway. The other plus, though, with the 12 over the 7 is the fact that you can add those modifications on there. Things like media mods, and again, if you're a vlogger, that's going to be a great advantage for you because you can add lights on it, you can add a microphone and different things like that. And the lenses on the 12 can be interchangeable to get this mod here, which is called the Max Lens 2.0, which will be great for POV recording. It gives you 177 degrees field of view, plus it will do it in 4K 60 FPS. So let's get on with some footage testing, which you're probably all waiting for, aren't you? I've gone down the beach on the Super 73, as you can see here, and I'm testing it in all different modes, so different resolution settings, different color modes, and see if you can tell which one's the difference. And if you can, be honest with me, leave it in the comments down below. How you going? That's all right. There you go. That should give you a bloody good idea of whether or not there's much of a difference in that and whether it's worth the upgrade just to get that little bit extra resolution. And also, be honest with me, did you guess them right? Let me know in the comments down below. So, what's it like in the water then? Well, here in the UK, we haven't got those crystal clear blue seas that you see in all the GoPro ads. Plus, I haven't got the lighting that they use and the professional people swimming around with it and all that side of it. So I haven't gone out of the sea here on Exmouth Beach because it can be a bit murky just like this. And so that you can see some crystal clear footage, I've jumped in here. Better off testing it out in here. So there you go. What do you think? Let me know in the comments down below, and if you've got any questions whatsoever, leave them in there as well, and I'll always get back to you. So the features in that on the GoPro 12 definitely make it a more powerful piece of kit, doesn't it? It does come at a different price though, at £399, or if you are a subscriber to GoPro, then you get £100 off of one camera in a year, so you'll be able to pick it up for £299. And at the time of making this video, they got a special offer on there where you get a dual battery pack, so you pick up an extra battery and the charger as well for free. However, the GoPro 7 is still a bloody versatile piece of kit, and if you're not interested in all the bells and whistles and the things like that, then it's definitely going to be a winner for most people, isn't it? Plus, it ain't going to break the bank because you can pick them up for now around about 150, 160 quid. And if you found this useful in any way, shape or form, do all that usual YouTube stuff, you know what to do. Plus there's some other videos over here which I'd strongly recommend that you watch, because they give you some more ideas on different things you can do with action cameras and drones and things like that. Thanks for watching everybody, stay safe out there, and above all, keep smiling while you bloody have some fun. See ya.